Hey Pisces, welcome to your general reading for the November 15th full supermoon in the sign of Taurus. Now this full moon is a supermoon because it is closer to the earth as it is becoming full. So that means that its gravitational pull on the earth is stronger, its pull on the tides are stronger, and also its pull on our psyches. And Pisces, you, my lovely water signs, you are ruled by the moon. Now, I'm a Cancer Sun. I'm also ruled by the moon, so I understand the watery essence of our energies. And this full moon might impact you a bit more than other full moons might have in the past or just typically do, so do be aware of that. Now, this is a general reading. It is not a one-to-one private reading. If that is something you are interested in, you can go down to the description box below where I have a link to my website. You can always book a private virtual reading with me if you are interested. But because it is a general reading, it might not resonate for everybody. If it does not resonate for you, if you don't really relate to what is being said, that's perfectly okay, and that happens sometimes. Just leave this reading behind and perhaps go to the readings and watch the readings for your moon and rising signs. However, if it does resonate, please consider liking the video or subscribing to my channel, or just sharing amongst your friends or networks. Any help, any support truly is so appreciated. Now, before we get started, I will go ahead and see how your general energy is. So that's how you're showing up around the time of the full moon. I'll see what part of your life is being impacted and highlighted by the full moon, as well as the lesson here for you that the full moon is asking you to learn and undergo. I'll see how you can tap into your comfort and joy around this time because tensions are high right now in the world. Even when times are hard, I do like to help people find the softness and the joy that is there and available for them. I will also see the next best steps moving forward for you. And then we'll also get some information on anything that's coming in that has been hidden, so anything that you weren't expecting. And we'll also pull a few oracle cards to see just where this whole situation is guiding you. I do apologize for any sounds that might come through. I've tried to make the microphone as specific to my voice as possible, but you might hear some cars beeping and some dogs barking. I do apologize for that. You are showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful, Pisces. I am going to get the rest of your cards just so we can do the reading straight through. So bear with me one moment. Okay. Now I will clarify these cards as we go through the reading and as I feel the need. But you are showing up, Pisces, really nicely. You've actually got the Queen of Pentacles. This is a lovely grounded energy. It is quite feminine. Now, this is not a gender-specific reading at all, and I do not subscribe to traditional social norms around femininity, masculinity, and gender. So I just want that to be known. So we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. It's a lovely, delicate balance that we all have. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is the homemaker. She is somebody who grounds herself in her joy and her comfort and what makes her feel good. Whatever she puts her energy and time into expands, and it quadruples. Okay, so that's telling me that whatever you're putting your time and effort into right now in your life, that is where you're going to see all the expansion, especially during the full moon, because the full moon is a culmination kind of energy, the end of the cycle. It is the end and then the beginning of a new lunar cycle. So you are showing up quite committed, dedicated, and very reliable. You are a dependable person at this time, dependable in your career, your family, your home. And it does mean that you are giving extra thought and care towards the people around you, towards yourself and your own self-care, towards the animals around you, the children around you, okay? You could be a parent and you are just really enjoying that role around the full moon. But whatever it is, I see that you are very grounded right now. You're not feeling too scattered, too crazed, thank God, because I feel like just the world is crazy right now. And I love to see that energy for you, Pisces. Now, the full moon is certainly impacting your love life because you have got the Empress and the Lovers. Now, again, the Empress is incredibly feminine energy, and the Empress is so creative. So you could be feeling like your creative pursuits are really taking off right now, or you just have new ideas. The Empress is also somebody who is a mother, so gives birth to ideas, to projects, to new ways of life, to new relationships. And the Empress is that person who calls things in towards them. And I see that you're calling a relationship in towards you. You are putting energy into a relationship. And this does not have to be particularly a romantic relationship. I always like to say that the Lovers can be somebody who is just incredibly important to you in life. It could be a child of yours, it could be a parent, it could be a very best friend. I do get the vibe that it is romantic right now, but that's not the case for everybody, okay? Just want to be clear on that. I am going to pull another card on this, but I do in general like to see the Empress with the Lovers card because it indicates that there is a very strong connection and that it is very loving and it is grounded in this nice nurturing energy. You could be extra nurturing around this time. I mean, Queen of Pentacles and Empress are very similar energies to me. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. There is a slow moving but very dedicated, very committed energy tied up to this relationship for you. If you are not showing up this way, then the person you're with is showing up this way. You could be with somebody who is very, you see as like a queen, like they're so, or you see them as a king, like they're just so regal, or you just see them in such a beautiful, beautiful light. They are your person, and you're like, yes, I want to be that person that you can rely on. I want to meet you halfway in this relationship. I know that you are my person. And if that's not the case, then it could always be vice versa. So like this person you're with sees you as somebody who is just fabulous. Like you are just this creative powerhouse. You are stunning. They see you in this Venusian energy because the Empress is Venus. And Venus is just so loving and beautiful and flirty and sexy. Okay, so they see you as that. And they also know that you are committed to them and dedicated to the relationship. And the Knight of Pentacles I love to see with relationships. That's the best knight there because that knight is slow moving but takes all the time and effort they need in order to make sure that they're showing up in the best way possible. Like they might not be very quick moving, but you know for sure that they mean what they say and they say what they mean. And they walk the walk too. You know what I mean? They won't just like tell you sweet nothings. All right, so the lesson here is the Fool. And I feel like this is tied up to this relationship for you, this friendship. I feel like there's a new path opening up for you here. Now I am going to pull another card. You got the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this path that you're moving towards, this person you're on this path with, they want you to be aware that it's going to, Seven of Pentacles, take dedication, showing up every day, consistency, discipline here. It's like you can't just give them flowers for a week straight and then stop. There needs to be some kind of understanding here. You're being guided to show up. Of course, where's that Knight of Pentacles? Where did it just go? Of course, I shuffled it back into the deck. The Seven of Pentacles is a very similar energy to the Knight of Pentacles in the sense that there needs to be discipline. There needs to be a rigorous understanding that you are on this learning path. You're not going to show up perfectly every single time, but it's about trying. The impulsivity sometimes and recklessness and naivete associated with the Fool card can sometimes mean that in relationships we are not showing up very mature. We're kind of just flippant. It's just kind of like, woo, like whatever, like non-committed, whatever. Really, the situation is not calling for that kind of energy. Maybe that's how it was in the past. And that's beautiful. And that has its own like need, especially in the beginning of a romantic relationship. But right now, you're actually being called to tame your impulsivity and to show up mature, consistent, and making sure that this person knows that you're important to them and vice versa. Nonetheless, there is a new journey forward. There is a new path forward with them. So if you guys maybe were on rocky ground in the past, it's like you're moving out of that rockiness into a new era. Based on the cards that came out for your direction and how to find comfort and joy, you've got the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles here, which tells me that you are going through a hard time financially, or you have in the past gone through a hard time financially. You might have lost your job. You might have felt betrayed by a business partner, just feeling really low, tired, exhausted, like things can't go on as they are anymore. And if that is how you're feeling right now in your job, in your home life, in your career, like things just can't get much worse. That's how you feel around that. There's the Knight of Swords here for your advice. Take action, but do so in a planned way. You'll want to take swift action here. And actually your next best steps, I'm just going to read these both together. But I will say, what will make you feel good and better about this tough financial situation is going to be planning. It's going to be logistics. Getting all your ducks in a row, making lists, making spreadsheets, making a budget plan. It's going to be that really annoying nuts and bolts planning that nobody likes to do. But the Knight of Swords is like, do it quick. Go ahead. Like, let's get into it, because the Knight of Swords doesn't like to wait around. All right, I'm going to pull another card on this. Oh, Page of Swords. I mean, the swords just don't stop popping out for you right here. My God. I mean, I will say that there's not many cups in this reading. And that does tend to tell me that, yeah, King of Swords underneath again. All right, I got the message. Because there's no cups, it feels like you can't really tap into your emotional world right now. And as a Pisces, that's very hard to feel. Like you can't be vulnerable, like you can't show all of your cards right now for whatever reason. And I feel as if it's wrapped up to this tough situation financially. It's like you don't quite know what to do. You feel anxious and stressed about it, but maybe it's like you don't want to believe that it's happening, or something here is just showing me that there's a disconnect emotionally. Like mentally you're there. Mentally you understand what's going on. Emotionally you're like, shut off. Page of Swords, talk about it. Talk about what's going on with a therapist, with a friend, with a partner, with a parent, with a cousin, whoever it may be. Talk about it. Text about it. Call about it. Just let people know, fucking A, this is going on. How has this ever happened to you? How can I move past this? What is your advice? Talk about it with people because you never know. They might have an answer. And it's interesting. You got the page, the knight, and then the king. And that's a clear transition because the page is the student, the knight is like the teenager kind of learning the ropes still. Then you got the queen, and then you got the king. The king is the know-it-all. They've done it all. So your next best steps actually right now is the King of Swords. Be clear about what you want moving forward. No BS. This is about getting down into the details, understanding what this situation means for you and what it needs from you. So make those lists, get help, financial help, reach out to people who you might know who can give you financial help. And this is about planning and then calling things in. And when I say that, I mean thinking and planning and doing all of that hard work and then doing the work that comes along with it in the physical realm. It is going to require patience from you because you got the Three of Wands. This is somebody who has done all the work and now they're waiting for their ships to come into the harbor. They're waiting for things to materialize. So it's not going to be something that happens overnight, and that's perfectly okay. The Three of Wands is very good at manifesting, again, Empress energy, calling things in, being patient and understanding that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And you've got the Six of Cups. So tapping into your inner child, doing things that make you feel light and happy, and also connecting with people from your childhood. So friends, family members, if you have children, spending time with your children. Queen of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. You've got all the swords here. This person in your life, they are your match, again, and they are somebody you feel very close to and that you can confide in them. So that's also being advised here. Confide in somebody who you trust. Now, if you feel like you're not going through a tough financial situation at this moment, it could be a health situation. If it is a health situation, the advice is the same. Act swiftly and quickly. Inform yourself on everything you need to know. Do your research, okay? And make those health appointments with doctors. Do what you have to do. Now I'm going to pull a Wisdom Oracle card to see where the situation is guiding you. Go the distance, certainly. It's teaching you endurance. This is teaching you how to endure in a long-term relationship, how to show up in a way that is sustainable. I'm going to go get that card. Serendipity. Yeah, it's bringing you towards easier times. It feels like you are learning a lot about yourself, about a relationship, about how to show up in the best way possible, how to solve problems that feel unsolvable, and it's bringing you towards luck, towards lighter times, if you continue to go the distance. Last but not least, we'll grab a Tree Keeper's Oracle card to see the energy you're being encouraged to embody. You've got number 20, Keeper of Alchemy. This is a beautiful card with a raven on it. The Keeper of Alchemy's card message is, trees are among nature's alchemists. They turn root, dirt, and seed into leafy green shade, and sunlight into sap and honey. This is your job right now as an alchemist. You are the one with transformation's power at your fingertips. Unexpressed pain turns into suffering. Unexpressed joy becomes stagnation. But emotions that are grieved, mourned, celebrated, or shared, and given their creative voice, become art. The medicine is found inside the wound, but not unless it becomes expressed. Take the raw materials of your experience and turn them into song, dance, or art. Weave a story with the threads of your hope and despair. Absolutely. I think that goes along with what I said regarding the Page of Swords. These feelings, the situation that you're going through, it really wants to be expressed. It wants to be said. It wants to be communicated and heard. So in that way, you might actually have somebody open up and say, I went through something similar. Here's what I did. Pisces, that is all I have for you today. I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, please consider liking the video or subscribing to my channel, or just sharing with your friends, family, whoever you feel like would benefit from this channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of November, a peaceful full moon, and I will see you next time.